It's 10 o'clock. We're going to start. We don't have a terribly long meeting, but we're going to go ahead and get a start on time. So we'll call to order the meeting of the Harris County Houston Sports Authority Board of Directors for Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. We're starting at 10 a.m.
Veronica.
A few guests in attendance. Thank y'all for being here. With Doug Hall with the Rockets, Sean with Dynamo, and Marcel with the Astros. Thank y'all for your support, always being here. Thanks a lot. And I know we have some public comments that signed up. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have Jacob Clementic signed up this morning.
Jacob, you are up.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. Okay, at any rate, my swag bag from Houston First Corporation, they like me, I guess, and so they gave me a swag bag, and they're going to meet this Thursday, and so at 8 a.m. at this spot right here, and I'm going to come to it and bug the hell out of them, like I bugged the hell out of y'all. At any rate, I have good news and bad news, and that is I was fired and terminated from my job at NRG Park because I took my iPad into a ticket booth and turned it on, even though there was no way a car could come by for me to get their credit card to scam them. I checked them out, but at any rate, they had a rule, a strict rule that says you couldn't do that, and so, well, I broke that rule, and I have to pay the consequences. At any rate, I'm free to hire, so if anybody needs a job, here I am. And also, besides the swag bag, I was in Austin the other weekend, and there I saw Sarah Eckhart, and she went to the high school for performing in visual arts here, and I gave her some swag, the Houston First Corporation, of like a koozie, and that koozie had Houston on one side, and on the other side an astronaut, and so, well, she really went Google gaga about that because, well, she thought, I'm from Houston. And so, well, all that good stuff. And now, let's see, what else? Oh, I have things for people to autograph. Like Mr. London Rose, I had that U of H cap for him to put U of H Board of Regents and him to put it on there. And then I'm also going to Sean Johnson's neck of the woods later on because they're having a blood drive, and I'm going to donate blood, double red cells, and get the best of the best. At any rate, what else can I say? Oh, Mr. Brightwood of the Astros gave me a coin, and hey, that's so precious, and it was for security. And at any rate, when the Dynamo won their final home game of 1-0, we just stopped into a Metro left, and well, we found out that one of the
Jacob, you have about 30 seconds.
Well, she worked with the security department at Dakin Park. And what else? Well, I wish Gresham was here because she was at a Greater Houston Women's Board of Directors meeting because she's president of the Comets and the Rockets. And well, I was going to have her some autographs, some stuff that I got at the LA Lakers and Rockets championship game. And thumbs up.
All right, thank you, Jacob. And that's the second meeting in a row you brought something for Director Lyndon Rose. So clearly He's your favorite. All right, next, I think we have a representative from Unite 23 as a public comment. And just for the reminder of everybody who's watching and here, we do have a procedure of signing up before the meeting so that we have a proper record of the request and so we can allocate the time properly. But with that, whoever's speaking, please come on up. And if you don't mind, sir, state your name, and then you have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Nathaniel Kawanyama, Local 23. We as stadium workers have seen workers from across the city win big raises in power at their jobs, at hotels, airport, and we believe we deserve the same living opportunity as they do. One of the main problems I see in too many of these companies, as far as Dyken Park and NRG, are basically going to the lowest bidders, nonprofit organizations. And right now, we're only doing $10 an hour, and it's part-time work, but yet we still have to do the same amount of work and give the same service as if we're at some fine diner. And that's completely unfair and needs to be corrected in some way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other?
No, sir, nobody else.
All right, thank you. That's all the public comments we have. So turning to agenda item number 3, which is the board minutes for both the March 24th meeting and then the April 8th meeting, which was our special meeting. If I could ask you to turn your tabs and review the minutes for both of those. And unless there's any changes, I would ask for a motion to approve both.
Motion to approve is written.
So there's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. Thank you. Oh, I thought you were stating on me. All right, moving to item number 4, my remarks. Don Sanders isn't here, but we won't be meeting until then. But his 90th birthday is coming up. So if you see Don between now and his birthday, make sure and wish him a very happy 90th birthday. I also want to congratulate our very own Dr. Laura Murillo, or some say Murillo, but I say Murillo, on being named at one of the 100 most influential Latinas in America by Latino Leaders Magazine. Very well deserved, and if there was a top 10 list, she'd make that one too. So congratulations, Dr. Murillo, on that recognition. And then we had that special meeting that we had, but obviously congratulations to the Rockets, and then recently for the work that's going to be done at Toyota Center, but also for the Comets joining us. They had a press conference, I think, last week announcing there. So the Fertitta family welcomed the WNBA team back to Houston. They will start their season in 2027. And then Chris is not here, Newport, but congratulations to him on a very successful Fleet Week. It was outstanding. We went to a couple of events. The U.S. Navy was extremely happy with Houston and everything that was there. The moral of the story here is if you want me to congratulate you, don't come to the meeting. So like that, you have some kudos. But anyway, good job, Chris Newport. A lot of hard work, but tremendous success. Seeing all the white suits and the brown suits walking around the city of Houston and attending all our events was tremendous. And it was great having all of the service members here in town for that. With that, I'll turn it over to our CEO, Ryan.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. And to change the pattern here, congratulations to Chairman Garcia and his wife Isela, who are today being honored with the Making Change, Changing Hearts Award at the Heart Program today. So congratulations to Juan and Isela. Other than that, the team has been working really hard, as you might imagine, in advance of June 11th. Part of that is updating our elected officials. We've been going through all of the city council members, the mayor's office, the commissioners court members as well, updating them on the progress of World Cup preparation, planning, and now execution. Those meetings have gone very well. I think we have another one tomorrow morning with Judge Hidalgo as well. Should be our last before the event finally kicks off, and you'll hear more about that from Chris here in just a little bit. With that, I do want to give a special shout out to our marketing team who has, besides their day in and day out stuff, has gone above and beyond on several fronts lately that are not necessarily World Cup related. So I want to give them a special shout out. The one you're getting ready to see is a video that they've put together that is a really, really awesome video. They worked really hard on it. They put up with Holly and mine, nitpicky, petty comments sometimes, but it turned out very, very well, and I'd like to show you all that now.
This is a city built for moments. Moments that bring people together. Moments the world remembers. Behind every moment is a dedicated public institution. The Harris County Houston Sports Authority oversees world-class venues and attracts major sporting events, helping position Houston as a premier sports destination. From championship games to global tournaments, Houston doesn't just host events, it delivers unforgettable experiences on a national and international stage. These events drive economic growth, tourism, and opportunity, creating ripple effects that extend far beyond the final whistle. But the true measure of impact isn't just what happens inside the stadium, it's what happens in our neighborhoods and communities. Through Sports Authority Foundation-led initiatives, the Harris County Houston Sports Authority invests in people, opening doors, expanding access, and creating pathways through sports. For nearly 3 decades, Houston has proven it can rise to the moment by bringing the world's biggest events to our region and ensuring their impact lasts long after the lights go out. This is more than a destination. It's a legacy in motion. And the best is yet to come.
Good job.
Big thanks and kudos to Jen and your team. Well done on that and everything else you guys have been doing. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Jen to give us a marketing update. You're on.
Yesterday we were named one of the best sports business cities by Sports Business Journal. What you see here is an example from our social media posts and then also a full page ad that we took out in the Sports Business Journal's edition. A few things that they called out that went into this. We have sports franchise in every major league. We have 9 companies with a venue naming rights deal, uniform sponsorship, and/or playing field sponsorship with a hometown team. We have Chevron and Hewlett-Packard that recently relocated to Houston. League One Volleyball Houston launched last year. We've got the Comets coming in 2027 in the Toro District. We have $70 million in youth sports complexes, and Houston is currently leading the country with 35 active hotel renovation projects. So a lot of different criteria goes into this, but I think we're moving in the right direction, and we were excited to get the news yesterday. We are remaining heavy in the news. In the last month and a half, we've had 273 online news and broadcast mentions reaching 1.5 billion and estimated advertising value of 14 million. A lot of this was driven by the Toyota Center Reimagined announcement and then a number of World Cup media coverage. 96% of the coverage has been positive or neutral. Here's some of the top headlines. SBJ stands out as a national media outlet with the Toyota Center renovations, and then a number of call-outs around FIFA, from football fiesta to the fan festival, and just with everyone saying that Houston is ready.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate it. A couple of the events that have gone on the last several weeks. One is the Keep Houston Beautiful Day. That was a coordinated effort with Impact Houston 26 and the Sports Authority Foundation with some bayou cleanups and some park cleanups. It all went very, very well. It was very well attended. Really great turnout. And you can see some of the pictures there. Those are going to continue, of course, as part of the Impact Houston 26 efforts. Fleet Week, as Chairman Garcia mentioned, was a really big success here in Houston. The military was excited, the city and the elected officials were excited. I think the community was excited as well. So well done to Mr. Newport and Rita Hicks on their successful engagement of the Fleet Week. I'm told that they are looking at bringing it back every other year, I think. So we should expect to see more Fleet Weeks in the future. So well done to them. And then the first, this year, with the inaugural, I'll say, Astros Race to the Pennant, it was a wild success, a lot of great turnout, and I expect that the Astros, hopefully this will be the first of many, Mr. Braithwaite, but it was a really neat event as well. A few of the upcoming events, as you can tell, it's all circled around one particular event, World Cup, but we do have a Community Cleanup Day in Edo on May 30th. If you're interested in attending, we'd certainly welcome you to come out, be a part of that. It's going to be a great crowd, and the weather's going to be great. Just keep telling yourself that. It's going to be fantastic. We are also working with Commissioner Garcia's office to sort of coordinate a bayou cleanup at the same time. So it should be, if you're into bayous or parking lots, either one of the two, we'll have your choice. So come on out. We'll be able to be a part of the community cleanup. And of course, Fan Festival opens June 11th, which you'll hear more about that from Mr. Canetti in just a bit. And of course, the matches that will be taking place at Houston Stadium. And with that, I will bring up Mr. Chris Canetti to give us an update on World Cup.
All right. Good morning, Ryan, and good morning, everybody. We are in crunch time. Ready? You want me to control that, or? It's coming. Oh, you got that? So it felt like we were going to be planning this event forever, but here it is. We are 23 days away from the official opening of Fan Festival, and it's almost amazing to say that and to see that on the screen there. And we're 26 days away from the first game here in Houston. So this thing is here, and it is happening whether we like it or not. Very quick high-level update. The bottom line is everything is good. We are right where we expected to be. At this point, we're on target, on schedule, and on budget as we sit 23 days out from the event. There's no major hurdles, there's no major challenges that we're facing right now that were unexpected. So we're right, like I said, right where we need to be, and moving forward, and we'll knock wood and hope that it continues to stay that way. You can see this little headline that I've clipped and put. Juan and Ryan and I and others met with some FIFA officials probably about a month ago now, and their general sentiment was that Houston is the most, or one of the most prepared host cities that they've come across so far to this point. Some of the big things that are going on right now is on May 1st, we took over the neighborhoods in Edo and started to build out the Fan Festival over there. I'll have some images of where that stands. And on the same exact day, we took over NRG Stadium, Reliance Stadium, and started to build out the soccer field there. And I'll have some updates on that as well. And then just on Friday, FIFA's exclusive use period began at the stadium. So since then, we've started to see a massive ramp up of their preparations and getting ready over at the stadium. So bottom line is all things are in really good shape. So that is a few photographs from the Fan Festival from yesterday. This is east looking west. That is what Holly and Patty have named the Magic Sky, which is the big canopy by which the main stage will be near and most of the guests will be under. On the bottom left, you can see what's the starting of a build-out of one of the VIP tents. On the bottom right is also the starting build-out of another VIP tent, so they will flank the Magic Sky and the main stage area down there. That parking lot was not how it looks right now. It was quite a mess back on May 1, and we had to go in and excavate and level and bring crushed stone, and that will eventually be fully covered with turf. So that's happening. A few more sites from over there. Top left is what's known as the Houston Hall. That will be one of the indoor warehouses that's been taken over, air conditioned with food, beverage. Lots of cultural things around space and rodeo and art will take place in there. You can see the build out that's taking place of the FIFA team store, merchandise store, and that Trayonda soccer ball has already been built out and placed there. And in the bottom right is the beginning construction of what's called a Sphera, which will be another interactive type space down there. So all is going well. Top on the left-hand side is the Aramco Arena, as it's being called. This is a full-size soccer field. That structure in the back is going to be a large viewing screen of the matches. And on the right-hand side, you can see what is one of the several build-outs of what will ultimately become a misting station to help, a cooling station to help keep people cool. So really impressive what's going on over there. Hundreds of workers on site, tractors, lifts, cranes, you name it, all kinds of things being coordinated, trailers, golf carts, total big operation getting ready for this event. And then all the branding and stuff as well is going up. So it's going to be an impressive venue and a great event and a great showcase for Houston. Here's inside the stadium, just to show you what the progress is there. On the left-hand side, that was kind of the initial phase. They were putting down these black pads that's called the permavoid that gives it a little bit of cushion and space and air. Then they had to roll out this surface underneath it, over it, and then in went the irrigation system, and now this 22-inch layer of sand is going down and being leveled and graded. The grow lights have arrived from Holland, which is going to help grow the grass, and that's what it looked like as of yesterday. So the sod will depart its farm in Colorado next week on 40-something refrigerated trucks and make its way down to the stadium, be offloaded, and rolled into, as the professionals call it, the root zone. I call it sand, but the root zone. And then by June 14th, it'll look like the field has been there forever. So that's that. And just going to close out, this is our updated list of sponsors, just to keep in mind who have been financially supporting us and backing us. We've ended up with over 20 partners, raised quite a good amount of money to help fund this. One of our 3 funding sources is the private dollars that we've raised. So wanted to be quick because I know you have a lot to cover today, and we got some work to do as well. So I'm going to be on the run, but happy to answer any questions that anybody may have before I head out.
Thank you, Chris. Any questions for Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chris, workforce has asked during this time if they should stay away from anywhere within the downtown area. Should we work from home?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, I think that's up to each and every business in terms of how they want to handle it. I mean, certainly there's going to be a lot of visitors into Houston. We're anticipating a projected 500,000 visitors. But again, that's going to be over the course of, a long period of time. It's not 3 days or 5 days or like, what we might experience for a Super Bowl or a Final Four or something like that. So I think, again, a lot of our visitors will stay downtown. That's what the hotel data is telling us right now. But, I don't expect, Houston all of a sudden to become a logjam where people can't move around. That's what I would say. So I would ask, everybody can make their own decisions. I know there are a lot of businesses who are advising their employees to work from home around that period of time, and that's fine if they want. But, I think we will continue to function well as a city. That's been one of the main priorities, especially from a transportation perspective, and from a health and safety perspective, is how do we support the needs of the event, but at the same time maintain the core services that our city requires. So
this will be the last time we hear from Chris before the tournament takes place. And I just wanted to publicly thank Chris for the amazing job you've done going back to 8 years and through this process.
Thank you. Thank you,
When
Juan.
he says we're ready, and we are, and on budget and everything from a standpoint, knock on wood, as far as no major hurdles, but just amazing job, Chris, to you and your team. Thank you for everything you've done for the Sports Authority Foundation and for Houston and our community. So thank you for all of that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Chris. And just to echo that, I do want to say thank you to the staff as well. Everybody has worked so very hard. It's been a very, very busy spring. We're going into an even busier summer, probably one of the busiest this team has ever seen. So if you see the staff or talk to the staff, please thank them, buy them lunch or a drink. They're going to need it, but they have worked incredibly hard and just very, very proud of everything they've done, and certainly all the efforts of Chris and the host committee. So thank you all. And with that, Mr. Chairman, ends the report.
So with that, we'll go into agenda item number 6 for our financial committee report. Chad, you're up.
Thank you, Chairman. If you look on your tablets, you go to I think it starts on page 14. But looking, discussion, review, and approval of Harris County Houston Sports Authority's bi-monthly financial report and other matters related thereto. Looking at the budget year to date, we're down a little bit versus last year in the budget, about 1.8. But a couple of very specific reasons for that. Event reimbursement has slowed, but we obviously anticipate that to bounce back as we go through 2026 based on the timing of some of our events. Stadium revenues have exceeded our budget and last year's 2025 actuals. HOT and MVRT are about $2 million up over last year, which is the first number I always look at to kind of see how we're trending versus last year. MVRT is about 1.7 less than the budget amount, but then HOT is breaking even with the budget amount. I think as we go through this year, especially as we get in the 2 or 3 months post FIBA, we'll see that bounce significantly. Investment income is lower, but as y'all remember, we had a very large defeasance last year, and then again in the Q1 of this year. So we got less money that we're making money on. And then finally, I want to make sure that we always point out our debt service for this year is right at $62.9 or $63 million, and our estimate for just HOT and MVRT is roughly $74 million. Is kind of what we're looking at for that. And then at the bottom of that page, you can also see our tech stock fund with the settlement funds in conjunction with the Astros. We've got $96 million in the bank right now. We've been working with the Astros to spend some of that money and continue to do that over the next few months, I think. Any questions on item 6? We'll take all 4 of these in a single motion vote here at the end. But any questions on the budget? Okay. Moving on to item number 7, discussion review of Harris County Houston Sports Authority's first quarter investment report and other matters there too. You can kind of scroll down through the iPad for the investment report, but. First quarter investment report, the investment portfolio remains conservative, high quality, and fully compliant with the Texas Public Funds Investment Act and our Harris County investment policies through Q1 of 2026. Ending book value was approximately $213 million, reflecting normal cash flow activity during that quarter. The portfolio generated $1.7 million in investment income during Q1. With yields remaining competitive related to the 6-month Treasury benchmark. The portfolio maintains short duration and strong liquidity with significant allocations to U.S. Treasuries, agencies, money market funds, commercial paper, and LGIPs. Not questioning on what an LGIP is, if you don't know. Overall, the portfolio continues to meet its primary objectives and safety of principles, adequate liquidity, and consistent income supporting ongoing operational and capital needs. Any questions on the investment report? Okay. If not, we'll move on to item 8, discussion and review and approval of Harris County Houston Sports Authority's 2026 investment policy and other matters there too. This is the annual review of our investment policy that governs the relationship between us and the Harris County Office of Budget Management and what facilities can be invested in. It's an annual renewal, as y'all will remember. with an updated list of approved banks, brokers, dealers, money market funds, and investment pools. It also includes the chairman and the finance committee chair as emergency backup transaction approvers, in addition to the CEO and the controller as the named investment officers. Any questions on the renewal of our annual investment policy? No significant changes there. Okay. All right, moving on to item number 9 on your agenda, discussion, review, and approval of Harris County Houston Sports Authority's reserve policy and other matters there too. I think you all remember we discussed this in our previous meeting. This policy establishes the framework for the creation, funding, management, and disbursement of an organizational operational reserve fund, or the fund, for the Sports Authority. The fund is designed to provide financial stability, ensure continuity of operations during periods of unexpected revenue shortfall or unanticipated expenditure, and support the long-term financial health of the organization. Is that in the electronic version as well?
It is, yes, sir.
Okay, so in your electronic version, you've got a copy of that. The fund will be capped at $10 million. We've had some really good discussion on this. We've had some really good examples over the years of where we need, clearly for operational and for event-driven activities, a reserve. And this puts us in a really good financial position, and with the ability to be nimble and cover some of our event costs before we are reimbursed by the state. If those events come back to back like it did with college football and college Final Four a couple of years ago. Any other questions on our operational reserve fund policy?
I have one thing to add. Just for clarification, when you list a custodian and it states a controller, who's the designated controller of it?
Anna Masias is our controller, Mr. Rosen. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Let's see if we can get the language right on that. So with that, I think Mr. Chairman will entertain a motion to approve all 4 of these financial committee reports and items, all in one.
So we have a motion to approve items 6 through 9. Do we have a second? Second. We have a second. Here, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, items 6 through 9 on the motion passes. Thank you. I don't think we
No, sir.
need an executive session.
Not today, sir, no.
So no executive session. Any comments, questions, topics by any of the board that we need to bring up?
Well, I would say this from experience, because the Astros are going to still be playing during the process, which was during the 11th of July. And this corridor traffic is a nightmare. We were part of it, and the Sweet 16 U.S. played Astros play. It took me an hour to get on this parking garage. So I'm just saying, as to how we get, the mayor happened to be a part of that as well. And I'm glad he was, so he could experience it. So I just wanted to just bring that to your attention, that the Astros will still be playing at that time. We are not paid for them. In this condensed area right here, it's greatly impacted by traffic. So I just wanted to let's put that on the table. And I'm sure Ryan and you, Mr. Chairman, the leadership would look into that as well.
Yeah, so we'll take in volunteers to stand at traffic signals and help. It looks like Lyndon's leading the efforts. But I will tell you this, I drove for the first time, I think last week, leaving downtown, and I drove in front of the Toyota Center, and going down that street was a welcome change in my truck, because it was finally completely asphalted all the way through and going through some of those downtown streets. So I think in the next couple of weeks, we'll see even more openings that'll help with that issue. But I agree with you, Lyndon. It's been a struggle living through it, but I think we're seeing the tail end that will benefit all of us even after the tournament is over. So, but
I would not say we did have police working, traffic control. I can't share what the mayor said, why traffic was bad, so I'll let them come back on that. So.
any other comments by anyone? Hearing that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting. Move in a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.